Black Country New Road are an experimental rock group from the UK. They made a name for themselves pretty early on in their career with only their second single, which was called Sunglasses, which made them an immediate favorite amongst many underground music fans. I can't say I personally love the song so much that it made me their #1 fan immediately, but I did think it was pretty cool, definitely cool enough to make me very interested in their debut album over here, which is called For the First Time. So anyways, without further ado, let's get into the opener here, which is called Instrumental. That right there was just sexy as fuck. What a way to open the album up. Those drums and that guitar felt like they had very much a Latin influence to me, but they were very feverishly paced while also maintaining a very confident swagger to them. The instrumental built as the track progressed. We had horns added in. I felt like I heard a saxophone at one point, and things just kept ramping up and up. I mean, the track started off high adrenaline already, but the energy somehow kept getting stronger, and then at the very end things all culminated in this final burst of energy, and I just felt like all the adrenaline in my body was just going crazy, and I was just loving it in that moment, very euphoric. That was a hell of a way to start this album off, and now we are on to the next track, which is called Athens France, which I think was the first single that these guys ever dropped, but I have never heard it, so this is a fresh reaction from me. I thought this thing was just ramping up to explode there, but instead we've dipped back into this more low-key, foggy section that feels a bit more mysterious and definitely not explosive. It's like we're lurking through some murky cave. Oh, here it comes, baby, though. Here it comes. Nope. Nope. They got me again. The whole time I was listening to that track, I just kept on waiting and waiting for it to explode into some anthemic chorus or some gargantuan climax. I really just thought there was so much energy bubbling under it, and I was just waiting for it all to be unleashed. And I feel like they gave us so many false builds, you know what I mean? Like, I kept thinking that it was about to be the moment where it just explodes, but then they'd go into a valley, you know, instead of a peak. But I really like how it worked out, because every time they did one of those fake builds, whatever followed it was always them switching to a new passage of the song. You know, going into this thing, I was almost expecting more of kind of like a noise rock album, something more like Black Midi's Schlagenheim, but instead we're getting more of like a progressive rock album, but I'm really enjoying it so far, so that's not a diss on it. I just kind of have to readjust my expectations, I guess. But either way, the next song is called Science Fair, so let's see what that's all about. That sounds cool. I'm just over a minute into this song and it's already done so much. It opened with these very rhythmic tribal drums before bringing in this screeching, disorienting, really harsh guitar tone that was just wailing like a siren. And now we've dipped into this slick, smooth, espionage sounding instrumental that makes me feel like I'm in a James Bond movie or something. So far this song has been a very exhilarating journey and I hope the surprises don't end here.
Led from the stage with the world's second best lit tribute act. Okay, today I hide away.
The adventure continues. First, we got a really great verse, probably my favorite I've heard on the record so far. That opening passage especially stuck out to me. Then we jumped into another noisy, disorienting guitar tone that came in, but then that was followed and accentuated by this really tense and anxiety-building string that just morphed with it in this ugly, sickening way. It felt like some monstrous creature being born in front of my eyes, just birthing up from hell, I don't know. And now that has subsided, for the first moment on the record that has been very electronically tinged, but it's sounding fantastic. The way the entire song has flown together has been really excellent, despite it being very varied in terms of what you're getting on one song. That track was incredible, definitely my favorite so far, and I did really enjoy the first two, so this album is doing fantastically so far. We're about halfway through, we're 3 out of 6 tracks in, and up next is Sunglasses, which again, I have heard, but I've only heard it a couple times, back in, I think it was 2019, when it dropped, and honestly, I'm struggling to even recall what it sounds like. Really the only thing I remember from this song is that it features some line about Kanye West. Is that even correct? So yeah, this is basically fresh for me, so I'm still excited to hear it, especially in the context of this album, which again, is off to a wonderful start. These are some very fuzzy, almost shoegaze-like guitar tones here. That guitar line and those sweeping drums just combine to make a really badass like vibe here. I just feel like walking into a room and like kicking some motherfucker in the face, you know what I mean? The part on that song where there's just a flock of wailing, shrieking, like saxophones and horns, and they just sound like they're deflating all of the air out of the world around me. I don't know, I just felt like I was drowning at that point in the song, but it was terrifying in a very effective way that just, you know, again, made for a very gripping and roller coaster-like musical experience. Like listening to all these songs, I feel like I'm just taking an incredible ride around a very thrilling amusement park. Up next, we have track X, and every time I look at that song title, all I can hear in my head is, I'm gonna X, I'm gonna counting.
Turn on the inside.
This is fucking beautiful so far. Oh. That track was led by these beautiful, dainty strings that were just frolicking along like they were in a beautiful, sunny sunflower field in the middle of England. The instrumentation there was so lush, the composition was extremely intricate, which definitely plays to the part of me that loves himself a good math rock album. That song also just had this whimsical, magical feel to it that really just whisked me away. I felt like I was just... I don't think I opened my eyes for a minute of that song. I was completely transported to the happiest place I've been in a while. The final track is called Opus. I have no reason to expect that it won't be as amazing as the 5 songs that came before it. I mean, it could randomly suck, but I feel like the likelihood of that is very low. So according to my calculations, that album started strong, it ended strong, and everything in between was strong. So I think overall it was a very good album. I'm almost upset that I had to talk and do a review while I was listening to this thing. It was just so good that I kind of just wanted to sit there and shut up and just soak it all in. But I guess that's what repeat listens are for, so I'm sure I'll get plenty of time to enjoy this project in the way that I want to. But yeah, thank you guys as always for watching. What do you guys think of this project here? Let me know down in the comments below. I hope you guys are having a good day, and I'll see you next time.